Okay, so, quick disclaimer real quick. I don't own any of the footage I'm about to show off here. All the footage obtained for this video is for educational purposes for this video essay and this video essay alone, okay? Don't kill me. Enjoy the thing. So rather than write an essay all day, I decided to record this little video after watching these two shorts that I'm particularly fond of for the sole purpose of their audio design. Well, to be more specific, their sound design. Anyway, I decided to pull from two animated shorts that we watched this semester for this class, one of which I've talked about in my previous essay to do with anthropomorphism. Now, one of those animated shorts I talked about in my last essay was a short called Time Out, or if you speak the native language it came out in. Now, from the get-go, we're immediately brought in as the audience, or the viewer particularly, or maybe the listener in this particular case, with the sound of an alarm clock going off. Now, that's something that we all are used to, waking us up in a constant rush, if you will. So, much like this cat figure friend that we have on screen here, running around like a chicken with his head cut off, one thing in particular that stands out to me as the viewer in the audience is how everything on screen seems to be in perfect sync, or flow if you'd rather prefer, with the tempo and rhythm of the sound and, the audio production, to be more specific. It seems like everything sort of has this particular flow and rhythm to it that, you just can't really get with a live-action medium in the sort of way and control that you have over every visual with an animation. Now, as our cat friend runs around the house like a crazy person like we all have before, one thing in particular that stands out to me in the audience is the sound of all the Foley as he's running about. Now, that's something that just really helps tell the story in a way that you really just can't do unless you have really good audio production and attention to detail. Now, I could dive into the more specific details in the audio design and every little bit of sound effect or Foley that goes on in this short, but let's be real here, I could do this all day. But our cat friend here can't. See, as time begins to collapse around our furry little friend, the sort of tempo or rhythm begins to change in this short. All of a sudden, we begin to hear a very catchy tune to the world of absurdity that the cat has escaped into while he ran out of time. Yep, that's the premise. So I kind of see it this way. The tempo and rhythm of everything in this short seems to be completely in sync with the background music. And this is some catchy background music, if I do say so myself, because it's been in my head since the very last time I saw this. Now, of course, I could just go through the entire rest of the video and explain to you the story beats bit by bit, but you've already seen it before. Now, this next video actually is a music video, and it's f***ing awesome. Sorry, forget the language. Anyway, it's really cool. So the next short we're looking into is actually a music video. This one actually animated by talented animator Lynn Tomlinson, a woman of legend. But let me compare this to the same way that Time Out, or is also animated and orchestrated, for lack of a better term. So this song is by Jay Flynn and Robert McFarlane, who collaborated with Tomlinson during the COVID-19 pandemic. And just like Tomlinson said in the article that I had to read about this video, 10 Degrees of Strange, the COVID-19 pandemic gave a lot of us an opportunity to experiment with our creativity. And I can definitely see the amount of work that gets put into this sort of stuff, because frame by frame is a little bit of everything put into this. Now, much like I brought up about Time Out being animated perfectly in sync with the audio, this music video, of course, really shares a lot of similarities in the same way. Pretty much the flow and rhythm of every motion you see on screen, regardless of what it is, I could cut to a different scene and it will still be in rhythm with the song. I think that's the sort of creativity that Tomlinson, put into this sort of short. And really, I couldn't see more than the art and passion really put into every little bit of it. Audio is something that is very sacred to visual mediums. Without it, we really wouldn't have any immersion whatsoever. And good sound design is really important and sacred when it comes to that, mainly because that's what gets our attention. It kind of helps tell the story of the animator or artist that really wanted to get their ideas out there. And really, in terms of audio, even since the 80s, it really just goes to show how good sound design really matters, and still matters today. Thanks for listening to me babble on about how much of a geek I am when it comes to audio production and sound design, especially for cartoons. Thanks for the opportunity, Lynn, and thanks for watching.